And here we go. Each year we got a photo contest and an arrow contest for voting on. Shoot straight.
Well, it's kind of stuck on a field tip, isn't it, or no?
Well, that's what they use.
Yeah. Oh, they did, huh?
That's a casing off of a bullet.
Oh, okay.
I do want to start off with a couple thank yous for some folks that helped put this shindig together. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife and my kids. I would like to thank the men and Reagan. Even though their dad isn't here, Brother Ron, they came to help out today. I'd like to thank the Summerall kids and their dad. They did a lot of work today. So, if the rest of your kids made some arrows, thank Lexi. If you bought some last chance raffle, thank Luke. I'd also like to thank some people who aren't here. David Woods and Cassandra Frank, they put together all of your registration packets. They're not here, and they still pitched in quite a bit. That saves hours of work for others. I'd like to thank Mark Putra. Mark is the money man for us. He keeps us in line and makes sure that we get stuff straight. Without him, we would be a little off course. So, thank you. I definitely would like to thank Alan Holcomb.
I've only been doing this since 2016, so I'm relatively new or a greenhorn at it. When I, don't yell at me. All right, so I'm always honored to when I'm asked to speak at gatherings like this. I've only been doing it since 2016, so relative newcomer. I do have a very unique perspective, I guess, being as heavily involved in the compound world as I was, and then transitioning over to traditional archery, which is what I want to cover tonight, which is growing the numbers in traditional archery, and maybe some food for thought on how to make that happen. Again, like I said, with the unique perspective I have, without anybody throwing anything at me, I make fun of you, which now means I make fun of us. I was not into traditional archery at all, and I never had any ambition to shoot a traditional bow. And one of my longest friends, longtime friends here, sitting at the table in 2003, 4. Yeah. We were both compound guys. Somehow, a miracle, without talking for several years, I picked up the stick bow in 16. You picked it up in 2005. So, you know, what made him pick it up and what made me pick up the traditional bow are two totally different things. It's kind of a funny story. I picked up the traditional bow from hate mail, which is crazy enough, from a podcast I did, which I'm sure I deserve. But before I get on that, the biggest thing I look at as far as growing the numbers, obviously we don't want the sport to die off. We want it to, continue. Two, revenue. Always great, keeping bow companies in business. Obviously, string companies, arrows, broadheads. That's all a good thing. Strength in numbers is a big one. And in the case of like Colorado, where they're looking at traditional archery only seasons, things like that, it would be great to swing a lot larger of a hammer, or as large as we possibly can. So growing the numbers, or at least teaching people about traditional archery. Again, I had no clue, no ambition, and no idea what I was doing when I picked up the stick bow, and I really didn't know how it would affect me. In case, for me, I found a place of peace with it. It has helped me calm down. It has changed my hunting style, certainly. So I think it's important, to grow the numbers, obviously. What when I started in 16, I guess I did a podcast on ethical and effective shooting distances. Now keep in mind, like I said, don't throw anything at me. I was not a stick bow guy at the time, and I really did a mathematical equations on a bow shooting 160 feet per second against a bow shooting 300 feet per second, and what was ethical. And again, I had no idea about how traditional archery would affect me and how much I would become addicted to it. At that time, I was just probably one of the a-holes that you guys see that shoot animals at 100 yards away, and I did exactly that. I shot animals at distances I don't even want to talk about, because some of you might throw things at me. And so, with that, I would have never admitted that I was using technology as a handicap. I was using it where my hunting ability lacked. I was using technology to shoot things farther away. I was very, very good at it. I could shoot, I could shoot a Reinhardt 18-1 all day at 100 yards and never miss it. And I've killed several animals over 100 yards. And at that time, my badge of honor was the distance I shot something. Not the close distance, the far distance. You know, when you go to Lark Archery Range as a traditional bow hunter now, I brag that I just shot an oudad spot and stock at 6 feet away, 7 feet. That's my new badge of honor. Not that long ago, I shot a caribou at 127 yards away, and that was my badge of honor. And I just didn't get it. I didn't understand why anybody would want to shoot a traditional bow, and quite honestly, I let the actions of a few, and I judged the many from those, meaning some bad apples in the bunch, and different things I may have seen along the way with traditional archery. And once I got going, I was welcomed for the most part with open arms, at least for a while anyway, until I invented the trad bang, but we won't talk about that until later. The one thing though, like I was saying, is that journey, right? That as I went down this path, after that initial podcast, I got a ton of hate mail from the podcast, and I thought, well, I'm a goal-oriented guy, I'm a very driven guy, and I love to hear someone tell me no, so I sold all of my compounds. It was a great day for the compound archery community. If you were my friend, I think I had 9 bows, probably 12 or 13 sights, quivers, anything you can imagine, bow presses, because at that time I have an issue with cookies. So if you put a cookie in front of me, eventually if I walk by it enough, I'm going to eat that cookie. That compound was a cookie, right? I didn't want to grab it, so I got rid of everything for that reason. Again, keep in mind I had no idea what I was doing. I was committed to hunting an entire season, basically off a dare to prove a point, but I had a lot of money and I had a plan, and I went down to Rocky Mountain Specialty Gears, a shop like the Footed Shaft, and Tom Klum, who's a legend in the traditional archery community, especially around Colorado, he got me set up, and off I went. I didn't at that time have any ambition to convert people into traditional archery. I didn't. Selfish as it sounds, and it definitely was, I just wanted to prove that I wasn't a horrible hunter. That's really all I wanted to do, and that I could shoot something with a recurve. It's consumed my life and done great things for me since then, but as I'm talking about this, that was my main goal. I just wanted to show people I could shoot stuff with a stick bow, that I could do it. I wasn't using technology as a crutch, which I totally was. So anyway, I got going.
Before the compound, so I didn't have to make the switch. I got this walking stick, but I'm going to use it as a prop for my Warner Award this year. You know, Jerry, by you breaking that pole, you might be an award for next year. Anyway, did you guys ever hear the saying, measure twice and cut once? Well, we got a guy that he measures once and cuts twice. And he built this Alva Leopold bench. And he gave it away as a prize, and he had it sitting at our archery club. And you got a picture of this, you know, if you're looking at the back of a bench, it sort of looks like this. Well, his bench looks like this. And I think he cut twice, and it got too short on one side. Well, we talked about it, and we did have some bright things for it. One, if you owned a side hill, you could set it on there and it'd still be level. Another one, the rain would run off of it. The one the guys thought, and especially yesterday was Valentine's Day, if you would sit on the low end, your girlfriend would always slide over to you. But anyway, this year goes to the big bench builder, dougcurler.
Sorry, George, I'm taking the video. I'm sorry.
We do make fun of him, but he is also your editor of the Bull Bunk, and I think it's an excellent publication, and I really enjoy it. It's good pictures, everything. So, dougcurler got the award for this.
Thank you, George. I can't see you.